That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, adjust micro. Okay. Hello and welcome everyone once again to Thursday evening here at Zenith Online Racing for round 18 of the Tier 2 season at the Suzuka International Circuit, I believe, for what is the Japanese Grand Prix, all 18 turns of it. It's going to be me, Iro Packer, taking you through main comms once again. I have been very inconsistent lately. And then it's going to be Camden, who is the all too consistent one with me once again. How's it going, Camden?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I may or may not have forgot to update the game, and that was a little bit stressful. But yes, coming in here to qualifying, we do have Puff Digital right now on provisional pole position with Alt Maverick in P2, Mr. Baboon in P3, and then Sebi Debbie in P4. And then you have P5 Night Monkey, and then Bark Skull, who's coming into the pits. Everyone doing their first laps very, very early. Big Scavney, Jinnit, DP in the Renault. Actually, DP in the Renault. DP is on an out lap, it says, for me. He seems to be very low on fuel in P10 right there. And then it's going to be Soy Loco. Oh, DP is no longer on an out lap for me, which is great. Nice Cody's. And then it's going to be Soy Loco, Monkey Mafia, Known Asylum, Hightower, Axton, who's just at a 30.7. I don't believe he's supposed to be setting a lap, actually, here. I don't know, though. But then it's going to be Wolfsburg, Adri, Sam M., who's already retired, Lit Romney, and RC7. So, yeah, joining qualifying a little bit late here, not getting to see that provisional pole position lap there from Puff Digital. Is there anything you want to say that I've missed already tonight?
Well, we're going to have to see what our weatherman says whenever he gets in the chat, but like you said, almost everybody went out very early in qualifying, so there might be possible rain very soon. It looks pretty cloudy, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was rain, but almost everybody putting in their laps already, and looks like a lot of people still on track, so we'll have to see what the weather looks like, and we'll have to see what the weather is like for the race, too, whether or not it will be raining in the race. There was a little bit of rain on Monday, so wouldn't be surprised if we saw some rain today.
Yes, obviously Tier 2, never wishing rain on anyone, especially Tier 2. They do get the brunt of that weather force. But I'm going to be going on board here with RC7. He's coming through turn 14, which is the second part of Spoon, exiting on to the straight that leads to the infamous 130R, which is turn 15 here at the Suzuka circuit, with about 10 minutes and 20 seconds left in qualifying. I'm going to be going on board with him to watch our first flying lap with him in the Racing Point. So coming here to the Casio Triangle, turns 16, 17, and 18, exiting. There used to be a bump here that was absolutely deadly on traction. Now opening up DRS across the pit straight and across the pit the start-finish line. Now, going down into turn 1 here. Turn 1 is flat if you hit the apex, and then turn 2, braking, very difficult, very easy to lock up there. I had a very big lock up there, I believe, on lap 2 in the mixed conditions. Now through the S-curves, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just rounding 6 there, through 7, now up through the Dunlop curve. You have to carry a lot of speed there if you want to have a good lap time in that first sector. Now going to the two-part Degna curves through 8 and through 9. They're taking a lot of apex curve there. On the inside of 9, now through 10, and braking for the hairpin, which is turn 11. There are a lot of different lines that you can take there. RC having a very early turn and getting that early apex, and then getting that exit all the way to the outside. Now sticking all the way to the right side here for turn 12, and then going into the infamous Spoon curve, turning in just about the 25 meter mark, and then 13, 14, don't touch the curbs on the inside, and then exiting, use all the curb that you can, and come to the left side for the run up to 130R to get that straightest line possible and carry the most momentum that you can. Now for 130R, you're going to stick to the right side, and then keep it to the left side as RC does there very well. Now braking at the, I believe that's the 50 meter board, and then not taking a lot of apex there at the first part of the Casio Triangle, and then a lot there on the second part. Now through first 18 across the start-finish line. It's going to be P3 for me, saying he's going purple, but that's definitely not correct. It's going to be a 27.6 for RC in the Racing Point.
Yeah, that was a good lap, and it does look like we will have a dry race, so we won't have to worry about any wet weather during the race, which is good for the Tier 2 guys, because unfortunately Tier 1 had some rain, but it wasn't enough to where we had to put on the wet tires, so that was definitely interesting. But yeah, RC a good lap. Looks like Mr. Baboon going up in the 4th with a 127.5.
Yeah, Mr. Ribbon, a very good lap there. But also to point out, Night Monkey, who's gone up into P2 on the medium, P3 now with Soyloco crossing the line. I should probably get on board with somebody on a lap here, which I am not doing right now for some very odd reason. But yeah, Night Monkey up into P3 on the mediums. Night Monkey, his teammate, just starting a lap there, I believe. And then the McLaren of known Asylum, I believe, has just crossed the line to finish a lap. And then you have the, is that the Ferrari of Arbiga coming to cross the line? His teammate right now is on provisional pole position with the 26.8 crossing the line. Arbiga improves by 2.5 tenths, but goes into P7. The Alfa Romeo behind him, I believe that is Axton doing a lot of laps here in qualifying on that one set of tire. And RC coming into the pit lane, and then one of the Red Bulls, Barksco, following him in. That should be the end of the second runs here in qualifying.
Yeah, and I'm very surprised to see how many people are on the soft tires. You said it before, but Night Monkey, 3rd right now on those mediums, the only person on the mediums, so that could really work out. We saw some reverse strategy really work on Monday, so this could be good for Night Monkey. I'm just really surprised that for now nobody else has put on the mediums, but it does not look like many other people will do so.
Yeah, Alt Maverick, the championship leader, coming into the pit lane there. I thought he might finish his lap, but he will not. As we do have a little bit of a lull in qualifying, I believe, with Lit Romney coming into the pit lane and a Renault coming across the line. That's DP. He's going to go up into P11 on a 128.3. That's a decent lap. He's going to be the first one to start with those fresh tires if it does stay the way that it is looking right now. But yeah, as we have this little bit of a lull, I'm going to take a little bit of a look into the championship standings because I have not done so in a while. Oh, that's a rip. I have text to chat on. That might be a mistake. But yes, dry race. From Sam M. And Alt Maverick saying lost it in the hairpin on his flying lap that he did not, or that eventually did not finish. So yeah. So Alt Maverick, making that mistake, is leading the championship, 243 points. Scabney has gotten himself back up into P2 in the McLaren on 198, and that's the two Ferraris, as it has been for many Thursday evenings throughout the season. It's going to be Arbiga on 179 and Puff Digital on 148 points. And then it's going to be the Racing Point and the Red Bull, Jinnit and Sam, being tied on 112 points. And then the second Racing Point of RC, 3 points behind those two. And Soyloco, very close as well, only 2 points off of RC7 on 107 points. And then it's a little bit of a gap back to the Red Bull, Barksco on 81. And he's in a little bit of no man's land there with Mr. Baboon on 69 points behind him. And then it's Eric on 45, Wolfsburg, Lit Romney on 38 and 37 respectively, and then JMG on 28 and Night Monkey on 24. And then the second Alpha Tauri of Monkey Mafia on 6 points, tied with High Tower on 6 points, and Sebi Debi on 4. And then Niebuhr and DP have yet to score.
Yeah, there's some really close battles. 5th through 8th, separated by just 5 points there. And then if you look at constructors too, there's a couple of really close battles. You got Williams and Red Bull separated by 2 points. You got McLaren and Racing Point for 3rd, separated by 13 points. So a couple of close battles, and there's only 5 races left. So this is really when you got to get all the points that you can get.
Ooh, Sebi Debi there, taking a bit of a spin through the S curves. I believe that is going into turn 6 there, just before Dunlop. It's a very difficult corner, the entirety of the first sector. But yeah, just making a little bit of a mistake. I don't believe he picked up any wing damage. which is very, very lucky for the Renault driver. Let's see if there's anyone else on a lap. Wolfsburg seems to be on a lap here, going through the Degnas, going down to 6th gear, and then braking for Degna 2, going down to 3rd gear, and then going up to 4th gear, using a lot of that exit curve. Very nice exit from the driver in the house. Now braking for the hairpin, going down to 2nd gear, taking a little bit of a wide apex there, maybe just braking a little bit too late for that car. Now going 6th, 7th through turn 12, now up the hill, the very small hill, to the spoon curve, 8th gear, down to 5th gear for the first part, and then the second part down to 4th gear, and then on to the back straight, not using any of that exit curve. He definitely could have maximized that exit just ever so much more. Now Wolfsburg coming through 130R, turn 15, going all the way to the outside there. Now coming back to the left side, the braking for the chicane, just barely touching those two apex curves. Now touching the exit curb there at turn 17, and then coming into the pit lane. Yeah, so looked pretty decent from Wolfsburg as RC is coming across the line. Yeah.
He was up by a lot, and yep,
Ooh.
that does not surprise me. He was up by almost 8/10 after Sector 2, had a really good lap, and he just gets puffed by under 300ths.
Yeah, we are definitely going to have to look out for Puff's lap. I believe is coming to the hairpin right now. But we're going to go on board with Scavney here, who's coming through the Casio triangle, turn 16, 17, and through 18. Very difficult on traction, turn 17 is. He's going to go up to P4. He improved by 6.5 tenths. It looks like the track conditions are getting a lot better for the drivers out there. Alt Maverick coming to start a lap. Monkey Mafia coming to start a lap. Who is the next driver? I believe that is known Asylum. He's coming to start a lap. Never mind, he is on a lap. It says he's on an outlet for me. That's probably just Cody's me joining late. But still, the McLaren coming across the line now, opening up the DRS. He's going to go P15. He's going to stay in P15. He improved by half a second. The Renault across the line. The Red Bull of Bark School has just crossed the line to start a lap, I believe. Our Big is coming to start a lap. Puff is in the pit lane. He's invalidated. He's not going to be able to go for pole position here. So the best he will be starting from is P2. So Loco is invalidated, is going on to start a lap just now on that 27-2. Who's the next driver? I believe that is that Janet? No, it is not Janet. That is RC7, who has already done his flying lap here in Japan with a minute left coming into the pit lane. That's going to be a very difficult time to beat if you're not Puff.
Yeah, and there's some really close battles at the front. You have RC and Puff separated by just about 300ths. You have Soy Loco and Scavney, who are literally almost as close as you can get. You have Night Monkey and Maverick separated by just a couple hundredths, and it looks like Maverick, he's up by 2/10 heading into the chicane. Last couple of corners, looks like he might improve here.
Yeah. Alt Maverick Championship leader going up by 4/10. He's going to only be about 2/10 off of Puff Digital in second place there. Having that purple third sector definitely helped to what is first on the second row. Now trying to get to the other drivers. Sebi starting a lap. But yeah, that's a very good lap for the championship contender.
Yeah, and it looks like Night Monkey beginning his lap right now in Sector 1. And time just expired, so this is it. We'll have to see what people can do, but yeah, RC put in a really good lap, and it's gonna have to be a really good lap for somebody else to overcome that.
Yeah, most definitely. That's known Asylum, I believe, speeding into the pit lane. But yes, the first person to be on the lap right now is Hightower. He's 6/10 up. Never mind, he's 8/10 down. Coming through that middle sector split and invalidating there on the exit of 130R just to make his fortunes ever so worse. I believe Mr. Baboon is on a lap, but he has invalidated. Is that Alt Maverick is next, who is not on a lap. He has already done his lap to go P3. Jinnit is on a lap, hoping to pick up a little bit of a slipstream there off of the championship leader. And Alt Maverick, he's 1.1 seconds up with the purple middle sector. Alt Maverick's going to have to get out of the way here into the Casio triangle. Jinnit hitting his braking mark and locking up there ever so slightly on the front right, not taking any apex curve. And now to the start finish line, opening up the DRS, nicking grass ever so ever. He's going to take third place off of Alt Maverick by 5 thousandths of a second. That slipstream definitely helped Jinnit towards beating Alt Maverick. Alt Maverick being his own worst enemy there in the very dire stages of qualifying. Ooh, Arbig is just off the road there. He's not going to be finishing his lap. And then Night Monkey, who's in the grass to end his qualifying session. But yeah, Jinnit, with the last person to cross the line, takes third place off of Alt Maverick.
Yeah, and Night Monkey was 7/10 up on his lap, heading into the final corner, just lost traction and spun out through the grass. That easily could have been a pole lap, but unfortunately it will be P7. So could have been a possibly into the 126.7s or beyond. Obviously he was tracking pole, but looks like RC starting up front here.
Yeah, RC is going to be on pole position here in Japan. The two Racing Points look very strong. They're going to be starting on the outside on lap 1, P1 and P3. So it's going to be RC leading Puff Digital by 200. I wish I could have seen what Puff was going to be able to do on his final flying lap if he did not invalidate. And it's going to be Jinnit 2.5 tenths off his teammate with Alt Maverick, Soyloco, Scavney, Night Monkey, who's starting on the mediums. A very good lap from him in the Alpha Tauri. It's going to be Mr. Baboon, Sebi, and Arbiga to round out the top 10. It's going to be Bark Skull, Monkey Mafia, DP, Lit Romney, Wolfsburg, Known Asylum, Hightower, Axton, and then Adri and Sam, P19 and P20 are your reserves.
Yeah, and I noticed that DP did have a 5 grid penalty, so his starting spot will be farther back than what it actually is. But yeah, so dry race, so no craziness, and it's actually sunnier than it was in qualifying, so this will definitely be interesting.
Yeah, most definitely. So most drivers are going to be, I'm guessing, going for the one-stop soft to medium, or that's just what I think. I'm not too sure what the drivers out there will be thinking, but do you have any guesses for what the strategy will be here?
I'm going to say that it's pretty 50-50. I think you'll see a lot of people towards the back start on the mediums. Basically, poor man's pole in 11th on back. And then I think you'll see a lot of people up front on the softs. Night Monkey did qualify on the mediums, so that will be an exception to the top 10. But I think it will be pretty 50-50, though. I don't see many people in the back starting with the softs, and we already have Known Asylum starting the clock, so that's a 10-second penalty right off the bat.
Yeah, I have fallen victim to that many times, costing me a race win in Canada. I know the feeling there, Known Asylum, but yeah, costly mistake if you're gonna be hoping to be finishing inside that top 10.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the time, I guess, to do predictions. My predictions lately have not been curseful, if that's a word, but yeah. So let's begin. So I will start. Puff has had it tough the last few races. He should have won at least a couple of the last few races. Just things have not gone his way, and I think he'll get the top step of the podium today, so hopefully I don't curse him there. But I'm going to go with RC P2. RC been kind of on a roll lately. Had a lot of podiums in the last few races, and I think he'll be able to keep that streak going. And then I'm going to go with Scavney P3. I think Scavney will make his way up from P6.
Okay, I just want to point out that Night Monkey and DP have somehow hit each other on the formation lap, unless
wait a minute.
Unless they just didn't move off the line because of Known Asylum starting the clock too early. But Night Monkey and DP are going to be on absolutely frozen tires. Night Monkey being on those mediums, it's going to be multiplied by at least 10 times how worse his start is going to be. That's not going to be fun for the Alpha Tower in P7. He's going to drop down a lot of places with Mr. Baboon, Sebi, and Arbigger all on softs. And then Bark School, Lit Romney in P13. And then Axon and Adri in 17 and 19 respectively are all starting on the mediums. But everyone else is starting on those soft tires. It's going to be Monkey Mafia, and then Wolfsburg, Known Asylum, Hightower, and Sam in the Red Bull, who are all starting on those soft tires. So they're going to be hoping to get a better launch than the runners on the mediums, and going a little bit shorter into this race, and then going for what would be, I guess, an undercut on the medium runners.
So I was pretty wrong about that 50-50 strategy, huh? That was what I thought people were going to do, but...
Yeah, it's about 75-25, so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll have to see what the start is like. We got 2 racing points up front again. They have been really good in qualifying lately, Zenith and RC, so we'll have to see what kind of launch they get. But you mentioned it, Night Monkey on those cold tires, definitely going to be a tough start for him.
Yeah, most definitely. Considering you have the first sector here in Suzuka, that is very dependent on mechanical grip, as the 5 red lights are just about to come on here in Suzuka. Very, very sunny Japanese afternoon as we get to the 5 red lights. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And the lights are out. It doesn't look like the timing is going to be glitching as it normally has been this season. RC and Puff Digital both having a little bit of slide. Puff is going to go to the outside. He's already on the grass. It's Puff Digital. And the yellow flags for Sam M, who has had a collision with Hightower. Puff Digital has dropped down to 3rd place. Alt Maverick is already up into P1. Mr. Baboon is on the inside of Jinna. Jinna and Mr. Baboon making contact there. That's going to allow Soy Loco through. Scavney maybe even looking to make a move on the racing point. But Alt Maverick has had an amazing start up into P1 with RC and Puff Digital both losing spots to him. And then it's going to be Mr. Baboon P4, Soy Loco P5, Jinnet, Scavney, Sebi, Monkey Mafia in P9, and then Known Asylum, and the McLaren is going to be Adri in P11, who's going to be the first of the medium runners in P11 there. And then Wolfsburg Sam Axon has made a very, very good start from what I think is P17. Night Monkey, who started on those mediums, not having the greatest of starts. He's already down in P15. DP Hightower Bigga has made had an incident. He has absolutely no front wing left on his Ferrari. Bark School has no right end plate. Lit Romney has no right end plate. So both of them are all 3 of them are going to be coming into the pit lane to fix their damage. Alt Maverick already has a 9/10 lead to RC. RC is still trying to chase him down, but with Puff Digital just about 5 or half a second behind, and Mr. Baboon not being within that DRS to Puff. Puff can chase down RC's. RC has to look forward, and he has to look backwards.
Yeah, there was a huge crash on the start. Bigga got damaged, Lit Romney got damaged. Both Red Bulls got involved. There was a huge crash at the back. But yeah, Maverick, what a start from him. And it looks like Soy Loco making a move there on Mr. Baboon. There's contact.
Oh, that's a little bit of a drift there. Mr. Baboon making, or who is that? Soy Loco making a little bit of a mistake. He's going to stay up into P4 though. Oh, the timings have glitched around. I don't know what's really happening. Where's Jenna? Where's Jenna and Mr. Baboon? I don't know where they went. But yeah, Soy Loco's up into P4 as it is right now. The timings of semi-fixed themselves here. Yeah, we're just going to wait for those to fix themselves. But yeah. Jinnet and Mr. Baboon, I believe, were the 2 that got thrown down the order with that glitch. We apparently already have blue flags. I don't know what's going on. Oh, no, Known Asylum's on the curb there, almost making contact with Adri. Very well not to make contact there. He had a late dive there on Adri. Not enough room to make that move, though. Looking a little bit further down the field. Axon looking at Sam M here into the spoon curve. Not going to be able to make a move there. Anybody else looking to make a move? The timing's no, Night Monkey down to P18 again on his hard tires. He was just crossed the first sector split. But yeah, so it's Alt Maverick who leads with RC and Puff Digital in close proximity. Soy Loco, who says is 600s behind. That's definitely not correct. Soy Loco in P4 with Jinnet. Ooh, who's that? Mr. Baboon making a mistake.
Big train and 2 cars in the pits.
Yeah, that's Mr. Baboon. And Sebi Debbie, Monkey Mafia is going to be the lead of this train here now in his Alpha Tauri. Adri in P8 doing really well to stay with him on his medium tires. It's going to be a little bit of it's going to be a 3-horse race here for the race win as it looks right now. And then Soy Loco, who has Jinnit right behind him, and Scavney is just ever so slightly outside of DRS. Then Monkey Mafia is leading the train of Adri, and then Known Asylum is a little bit far back, and then Sam M, Wolfsburg, and Axon all in his train. And then you have DP, who's 1.1 off of that 3-car train. Ooh, we have people changing positions. That's Axon on Wolfsburg. I think Wolfsburg was going for a move, but Axon defending that very, very well. Sam is now caught up to the back of Known Asylum. Known Asylum is already derating with his overtake on through the hairpin. That's not going to be good for traction. Sam M is going to get that move done on the exit of what is turn 11. Now looking for the fight back. Sam M is a little on the grass there, but Sam is going to keep that position going through the spoon curve. Ooh, Wolfsburg a little bit off the track there in his house, just in the dirty air of Axon. Axon going to the inside of Known Asylum. He's going to get that move done as well. Wolfsburg now looking to the outside for 130R. I believe that was a little bit of grass kicked up. He's on the grass again. Wolfsburg is going to get that move done before the turn in for turn 15. That's going to be great for his run. He's already derating though. Puff Digital sets fastest lap. He's 5/10 off of RC. There's yellow flags. I don't think that's legit, but yeah, a sequence of good moves. Jinnit's on the back of Soy Locos. He's up the inside for turn 2. Now going through the S's, Soy Locos going to stay in front of the racing point. Jinnit's going to just have to back off because there's no way you can make an overtake here through the S curves.
Yeah, and just real quick, Sam making up 11 spots on the start there, as well as Adrian Lockdock, so really good stuff from them, but yeah, crazy stuff. A lot of carbon fiber going flying, and just what a start from Maverick. Maverick going from P4 to P1 there.
Yeah, RC and Puff Digital were bothered about themselves, but all Maverick from P4 getting an amazing start, just going to the inside of those two as they battled their way through on the exit of turn 1. Now looking at this 2-car race for what is P4, Scavney just ever so slightly behind, just barely on the outside of DRS, and Known Asylum and Wolfsburg, they are close again on track coming out of the hairpin now through the sweeping right-hander of turn 12. Known Asylum isn't going to be close for a move. Oh, is that Jinnit off? There's a racing point. I think Jin has made a mistake on the exit of Spoon. Monkey Mafia is going to be able to go past him through 130R. Adri not close enough to get that move done on his medium tires. Jinnit looking to the inside of Monkey Mafia. He's not going to be going for it. Does Jinnit have damage? I do not know. He does not have damage. Puff Digital setting fastest lap once again. That's his 2nd lap in a row, setting fastest lap. Jinnit is now going to have DRS off the back of Monkey Mafia. Monkey Mafia is derating. He's already on 5% ERS. Jinnit's going to go to the inside. He's going to get that move done before turn 1. He's going to be able to go back to the racing line, then going a little bit wide with Monkey Mafia taking a look through turn 2. He's not going to be able to do anything about Jinnit being off the racing line, but yeah, Jinnit is getting that place back, but he's already lost so much time to Scavney and Soy Loco.
Yeah, and it really looks like the top 3 has separated themselves from the rest of the field. You have Maverick, RC, and Puff very close to each other, and then about 2.5 seconds back is Soy Loco, so the podium really kind of separating themselves here on lap 5.
Yeah, most definitely. Those top 3, I don't believe, have been outside of a second and a half of each other, with Alt Maverick still leading this race on lap 5, about to go on to lap 6 here, coming through the spoon curve, which is turn 14. RC is about 5 6/10 back, and then Puff Diddle right on the back of him. We have a Renault off. I believe that is Sebi Debbie, who has had a spin through Dunlop. Very easy corner to spin through. It's very on the border of flat out. Through there, if you have the right setup and take the right line. We have another yellow flag that's still for Sebi Debbie. He's going to have to look out for Bark School in the Red Bull and Arbiga in the Ferrari behind him. Not the first time we've seen a Ferrari and a Red Bull fight here at Suzuka. I believe that happened in 2019 with Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen coming together on lap 1. But RC is closed right to the back of Alt Maverick through the DRS, the one and only DRS zone at the Suzuka circuit down the pit straight, but about 2/10 back, and then already losing 2/10 through the S curves. Alt Maverick making a little bit of a mistake there. Adri is on the back of Monkey Mafia. Monkey Mafia through the grass there. Adri through the grass himself, trying to make a move here. These medium tires are starting to be better, and it's starting to have the grip over those soft compound tires. Monkey Mafia touching the grass. It seems to be everywhere. Sebi Debbie is retired. Going into 130 yards. He's going to have to look out for... Oh, Adri on the inside of Monkey Mafia. That's a great move into Degna 1. Monkey Mafia kind of just letting him have it. Adri is up 12 positions already on lap 6. Now he's going to have to try and chase down Jinnit, who is 1.8 seconds in front of him. Now looking to Puff and RC. Puff is so close to the back of the racing point, just not close enough to get a move done.
Yeah, and at this point, DRS is active, but there's only one place for that at Japan, and that's on the front stretch. There's actually no DRS on the back straight, so Puff really is going to have to wait until the front stretch, but RC is still within DRS range of Maverick, so he might have to wait a little bit to get by him.
Yeah, I just want to point out, I know Bigga and Puff, they don't mention the ERS on stream, but we're definitely going to do it here because I like it. It's a lot more fun in my opinion. Puff Digital activating the overtake down into turn 1. RC rating. Alt Maverick is on about 20%. RC is a little bit wide there. Puff looking for the undercut. He's not going to be able to get it done. RC just defending that position very, very well so far, but he's losing so much time to Alt Maverick while looking behind. He has to try and get back into a rhythm and close up to the championship leader of Alt Maverick. Now looking behind, there's no one really close enough of interest right now. We're going to keep on with the battle for the lead. Puff Digital on the edge of track limits there through Degna 1. RC touching something. A little bit of smoke popped up. But RC through that first part of the middle sector is closing down Alt Maverick. It was down to about 6/10, but now it's back up to 7.5 through the hairpin. Let's see if RC can maybe get a little bit of an ERS advantage. He is down 10% to Alt Maverick right now. Coming through Spoon Curve. Oh, we do have an Alpha Tower. Oh, who's that? Alt Maverick. Alt Maverick has a slide through the exit of Spoon. RC is trying to avoid him. He's had a slide himself. Alt Maverick is so close to the other two of RC and Puff. Puff not close enough to get anything done. RC is not. Alt Maverick is using all his overtake. All his ERS advantage has been depleted over RC. But Puff Digital is at just about 50%, breaking for the Casio triangle. But Alt Maverick making a costly mistake there. He used to have a gap of about 7/10, and now that gap is 3.5 going onto the pit straight with RC opening up the DRS. The pit window for RC is open. RC is going to go to the inside with overtake and with DRS. We're going to go on board. Where's Puff is pit. RC is on the grass on the inside of turn 1. RC going wide like he did the lap previous. Alt Maverick may be looking for a move through the S curves. He's not going to be able to do that now. Coming through turn 4 and through turn 5, Alt Maverick with the dirty air. He's going to have to back off a little bit and get his tires under control, having that slide. His tires are so overheated.
Yeah, RC, great stuff there. Getting P1, and I said before, he's been on the podium a lot lately, and this could be his opportunity here. Puff already pitting, which I think is interesting. He's going on the medium, so it looks like he might be going for 19 laps on the mediums if he wants to take them to the end.
Yeah, Puff Digital making that very early stop. He's either going for a 2-stop or he's going to be dragging the absolute most out of those medium tires. But Alt Maverick on the back of RC coming through turn 12. Now braking for the Spoon Curve through turn 13 and flicking it through the left of turn 14. Going down to 4th gear. Now trying to get the run on exit. About half a second between these two race leaders. Puff Digital is going to have an insane undercut. The undercut is very, very good here at Suzuka with those fresh tires. But yeah, Alt Maverick not making any gains in a straight line. RC is starting to derate coming into the Casio triangle. Alt Maverick is on about 20% ERS. RC now exiting the Casio triangle. Neither of them are going to pit. They're probably going for 1-stops here. I don't think Puff has made the optimal strategy choice.
Yeah, Known Asylum and Monkey Mafia had a very good battle. They were side by side throughout the entire 200R. Known Asylum very wide through 130R. And Monkey Mafia is right there and is within DRS range, so could make a move right here, but great racing between these guys.
Oh shoot, I should probably check. Yes, sorry about that. Yes, I should pull up the tires. But Monkey Mafia making around the outside of Known Asylum there into turn 1. Monkey Mafia going to be going up into P11. Both of these guys are very low on ERS, as it shows by the flashing red lights on the back of their Alpha Tower and McLarens, respectively. Now going back to the race for the lead. All Maverick is just about 8 tenths off. RC having a very big lock up there, and then having a little bit of a slide there on traction. Both of their pit lights are blue, so they might be coming in this lap, where their pit window is very, very close. Soy Loco 2.3 off of them. They're actually very, very close, considering the pace that the leaders are running at right now, but just making so many mistakes. They're starting to close in, with Scabney 6 tenths behind, and Jinnit making his mistake. He could be splitting the Williams and the McLaren, but he right now has Adri splitting himself between Scabney, is splitting himself and Scabney. Now looking just a little bit further behind, DP is within half a second of Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg going a little bit wide there. Now let's look to Puff. Puff already has a penalty. I haven't even seen that before, or I haven't even seen that yet. But Puff Digital trying to make a charge here through the field. He should be able to undercut these guys as the top four have pitted from their soft tires. Will Jinnit pit? Jinnit has not pit because his teammate RC has pit. Puff Digital 6 tenths up on his personal best. He's purple through the middle sector. He's closed up 7 tenths to the back of Known Asylum. Just on the back straight there, going through 130R. Known Asylum is into the pit lane, so he will not be distracting Puff from his goal of undercutting the race leaders. Known Asylum speeding into the pit lane. Puff Digital sets a fastest lap there. Almost 8.5 tenths faster than his previous PV, but he's behind Alt Maverick and RC. That's terrible for Puff. He should have been able to undercut those guys, unless he made a huge mistake.
Yeah, I just think he pit a little bit too early. I think those softs were maybe just still good for everyone else, because like you said, he should have been able to get by Maverick and RC, but I don't know. That's just obviously not good, because now he's on older mediums, but Maverick caught behind Monkey Mafia right here. He needs to get by him because RC is starting to pull away.
Yeah, RC is going to be using that clean air of 1.7 seconds to DP, what is now 1.5. He's closing in absolutely rapidly. He should be able to get the DRS, I think, off of the train of Wolfsburg and DP, both staying out on those soft tires for one more lap than he did. But then it's Monkey Mafia's 1.5 back. Alt Maverick looking to go for it into turn 13, not being able to pull that move off, but now he has Puff 3 tenths behind. Puff maybe making a move here using his ERS. Alt Maverick is using his ERS for sure. He's going to be able to blast past Monkey Mafia down towards 130R. Puff is not going to have the same fortune. He's going to have to back off going into turn 15. Not getting that move done. That's going to be that move is absolutely crucial if he wants to stick with Alt Maverick. Alt Maverick starting to pull away through the Casio triangle. Puff really has to get this move done.
Yeah, and it looks like Jinnit did come down into the pits. Looks like Age or Lockdock, Axton, a couple of guys on the mediums here still out there, so we'll see if the reverse strat works for them.
That was very, very close between P5 and P6, Alt Maverick and Monkey Mafia. Alt Maverick has 1.8 seconds to claw back on RC, but RC also has to contend with what is the traffic of DP still out on those soft tires. RC is really going to have to get this move done, but Alt Maverick 2 seconds back. This is really good for Alt Maverick. What happened?
Very close between
Soy Loco and Scabney.
Monkey Mafia.
Soy Loco and Scabney have caught up so much time through the pit stops. Puff Digital stuck behind Monkey Mafia. He's getting very frustrated behind the back of that Alpha Tauri. Maybe looking for a move here. He's not going to be going for it. But Soy Loco, he's diving in. He's on the hard tires. He should be able to go to the end. Scabney is on the medium tires. He's going to have the tire advantage for now. Jinnit, 2.4 seconds back. He's not going to have any effect as of now. But Soy Loco just losing so much time through the traction zones because of those hard tires. Not having the same grip as the medium tires of Puff and Scabney. But no one close enough to make a move there through Spoon Curve. It's very daring if you're going to be doing that, but RC is going to have a blast past the Renault of DP through 130R. Alt Maverick 1.7 back. Puff Digital, he's going to get that move down on Monkey Mafia 1 lap later than Alt Maverick has, but he has a 2.2 second gap to close down now. Soy Loco not going for a move. Monkey Mafia out braking himself. Scabney not going for a move on Soy Loco. Soy Loco is going to be going around the outside, having to avoid Monkey Mafia as he comes into the pit lane. DP in front of him is going to be coming into the pit lane as well, but now Scabney on the back of Soy Loco. Soy Loco has that red light flashing going to the inside for Scabney. That's a great move there from the McLaren. He's going to be able to try and close down the Ferrari of Puff Digital coming through the S curve, but Soy Loco on those hard tires not having the grip that he wants from those white wall tires.
Yeah, and you could just see how much time everybody behind Maverick lost because of Monkey Mafia being out there in front of them. Puff really having to gain a lot of time back on Maverick, and to note, he already has a penalty, so he's got to work with a lot of stuff already with that penalty and being back by 2 seconds.
Yeah, he definitely has a lot on his plate if he wants to go on and win this race with, I believe, 15 laps left. I'm not that great with math, but yeah, about 15 laps here. So we're not quite halfway through this Japanese Grand Prix. We do have a yellow flag, and not too sure what that is for. But yeah, as of now, Adri and Axon leading the race on 11-lap old medium tires. They have not come in for their first pit stop. RC in third place, who is the net race leader with Alt Maverick, Puff, Scavney, and Soy Loco, who is net 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then Jinnit, who has actually closed down a lot of time on this train of 4 cars of Puff, Scavney, Soy Loco, and now himself. Oh, he picks up a 3-second time penalty here on there inside of turn 17 there. That's not going to be good for his if he wants to finish any higher than where he is right now. He is 4/10 behind Soy Loco. He's going to be going to the inside there for turn 1. That's going to be really tight. Soy Loco's on the outside. Jinnit doing the same move that Scavney did to him, just a little bit closer with margins, but Soy Loco is going to have to back off and let Jinnit through there. Those hard tires are really not working for him.
Looks like a yellow in Sector 2. That might have been Hightower, no big deal. I think he's out of the way, but Scavney falling a little bit back from Puff. Before we had everybody kind of trained together due to the car that was in the way, but starting to fall back a little bit. So Puff gaining a little bit of time on Maverick, but still around 2 seconds back right now.
Yeah, one of the closer battles on track right now is Jinnit and Scavney, who Jinnit has been an absolute charge these last few laps after making his pit stop. He does have 1 lap fresher tires than the McLaren in front of him, and 3 lap fresher tires than the Ferrari in front of those two. But Puff Digital has a really disadvantage now. He pit early, and it did not work for him, and he also picked up a time penalty trying to undercut the guys in front of him. 1/10 off his PB there through the middle sector. But Alt Maverick is not closing down time on RC, which is absolutely, which is great for RC for his hopes of a race win, setting his PB there 31 flat for the Racing Point. Alt Maverick closing down just about a 10th through that last sector, but Jinnit sets the fastest lap of the race, a 30.2. He's 8/10 faster than what is the net race leader in RC7, his Racing Point teammate, closing down the McLaren of Scavney, coming through the S-curves, turn 3. Turn 4, now just not going down to gear there for 4, but now to 4th gear for turn 6, and then up through turn 7 and the Dunlop curve. Very, very difficult corner. Not making any mistakes as the caliber of driver here in tier 2 is very, very high. Scavney derating ever so slightly there, and then McLaren entering that middle sector. But Jinnit is very, very close. He's been on a charge, getting very close there in the braking zone of the hairpin within almost the gearbox there of Scavney. This is the closest battle as it is on track. Actually, no, it is not. Monkey Mafia very close to the back of Wolfsburg, going into Degna 1, not being able to make a move. Had to back off ever so slightly. That is Hightower, I believe, is off the road in front of the net race leaders. Hightower picking up a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. That doesn't seem fair at all. I didn't quite see what happened there. But Puff Digital 1.5 off of the net top 2. Scavney 2.4 back. He's been falling off ever so slightly in his McLaren. But Jinnit putting so much pressure on the back of the McLaren. Scavney really has to look behind, and he can't focus forward on what is the net podium.
Yeah, and right now, RC is in for a boatload of points. We mentioned before how close things are in the standings, and if things are to finish the way that they are, RC will move up to 5th in the standings, so he's looking for a really good day as of now.
Yeah, I believe since Hungary he's been on a real good form. I think he took either a win or a podium in Hungary. I believe I think it was 2nd place actually, making the alternate strat work to perfection there at the Hungaroring. We do have a comment. Yes. Okay. Thanks. for the compliment. But yes, so Loco picking up his first time penalty, a 3-second time penalty in the Williams P8. That's not going to be helping him because his pace is starting to fall off the medium runners. But those hard tires should come back into effect with their better endurance later in the race. But there are only 12 laps left here at the the Japanese Grand Prix. Scavney trying to stick on the back of Jinnit, who's been an absolute charge. I think it's smart for Scavney to let Jinnit through and then try and stick with him because Jinnit's pace has been absolutely unreal compared to the top three so far. He's 2.6 off the back of Puff. Puff is almost within DRS range, coming through 130 here. 130R here of All Maverick. All Maverick is closed in 4/10 to the net race leader of RC7. Obviously, they're still net race leaders because Axton and Adri have continued on for one more lap, probably going on to the soft tires and trying to make a charge through the field late on. Puff Digital is within a second but does not have DRS. He's going to be very mad about that one. Almost no ERS, but All Maverick has all the ERS in the world compared to the two guys around him. 20% for RC and Puff Digital, and then Jin at 2.2 behind. He's already closed in 4/10 since he's passed Scavney, which is very, very good, but he's derating already. Scavney trying to stick with him. He's doing a very good job of that. So Loco's 3 seconds back. He's not doing too bad considering he is on those hard tires. And then it's Mr. Baboon on 12-lap-old hards. Night Monkey had 13-lap-old hards. They stopped very early on in this race. And DP was stopped for the hards as well, taking the softs, I think, 10 laps. And then going to be taking those hard tires for 17.
By the way, Puff is within 7/10 of Maverick right now. Ooh. And remember, before, what happened?
Wolfsburg is off.
Before, he was about 3 seconds back. And now Puff does have a penalty, but he is absolutely flying right now. So he could catch Maverick and catch RC. And another thing, too, we still have Adriel Lockdock and Axton out there. It's good to see Axton back after being out for a little while. He's reserving today, and he's actually pitting right now. So looks like he's going on the soft tires. And Puff gets another penalty.
That's his second time penalty. That's going to be huge in the end result of this race. But now RC, Alt Maverick, and Puff all move up into P2, P3, and P4 with Axton pitting. But Jinnit, I can't really see the interval here. He's started to fall off in pace. Scavney is very, very close to the back of the racing point. Jinnit, after getting past Scavney, has just hit a brick wall and cannot improve on the three guys in front of him. But Puff Digital has found a new life with those medium tires. He's been closing down Alt Maverick. Alt Maverick has been closing down RC. Or these top three are really starting to close up to each other, and we might see a fight towards the end of this race with about 10 laps left.
Yeah, we got to see what Puff is going to do because he already has 2 penalties, and he's going to have to really get a gap over RC and Maverick if he wants to win the race. But I think he has the pace to do it. He has been very fast, and to note, his tires are older than everyone else around him. He did pit a couple laps earlier, so the fact that he's significantly faster right now than most other people is really impressive considering that those tires are a little bit older, but he is closing in fast on these guys.
Yeah, most definitely. Puff Digital already to about 5/10 of a second, but Alt Maverick is very, very close to DRS. He's not going to be using his overtake to get within the DRS at the DRS detection point. 1.2 seconds back. RC is very low on ERS, but Alt Maverick has 56% coming through the Casio triangle. Puff Digital has been saving up ERS. He's been saving ERS, and he's been closing. How is that even possible? I don't know. Puff Digital has been making miracles. He's opened the DRS. He's activated his ERS. He's going to the inside there for turn 1. That's very, very close between those two. Puff Digital going off the track there, definitely picking up a warning there, but using all the track limits and even more, touching the grass there going into turn 3. That was very audacious from the man in the Ferrari, but Jinnit still not closing in, sadly, because I'd love to see a 5-person race for the lead, but Adri 1.1 seconds off the back of these two of Jinnit and Scavney. He's going to be closing them down. He's already within a second of Scavney. Adri is going to use the pace of those soft tires very well, I hope, to get even closer racing here. Jinnit is 2 seconds off the back of Alt Maverick. Alt Maverick is 6/10 off of Puff Digital. Puff Digital using all of his pace that he can find to try and go for a race win here in Japan.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, Maverick has been saving up a lot of his ERS. He has 60% ERS, so if he wants to make a move, he can make it. Puff having a little less, and there's a
Ooh.
penalty. So that puts things a little bit closer between Maverick and Puff. But RC is still clean, though. RC the only one up here without a penalty so far.
Yeah, RC, Scabney, and Adri are all looking to make leaps and bounds in terms of places without penalties. I believe someone just set the purple middle sector. That might have been Adri on his soft compound towers. Scavney is without the DRS of Jinnit for the first time in a few laps. Jinnit is 1.9 back of off of Alt Maverick. Alt Maverick using the DRS. He's not going to be close enough to make a move. Puff Digital is derating after making his move on Alt Maverick, but he does have the DRS, which is going to be absolutely huge if he wants to go for a race win. Axon setting fastest lap down in P8. He's 2.7 off the back of Soy Loco on this hard tire. Soy Loco still in P17, which absolutely amazes me. His pace was absolutely nowhere when he pit onto those hard tires, but seems to have gotten into a rhythm, which is very good for the Williams driver. But the top three are all within DRS.
Yeah, and one thing, too, those reverse track guys, Adriel Lockdock and Axton, they are going to get up here towards the front. Adriel Lockdock just behind Scavney right now, and Axton just put up a 129, so this could work out for them. They won't be going for points, but they could easily mix things up at the front.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Axton setting a 129. That is Tier 1 pace. Obviously, having a short stint in Tier 1, being Aerostrike's Red Bull teammate, and then taking a little bit of a hiatus, and then coming back and reserving here for Tier 2 on this Thursday evening. But Puff Digital is very, very close. What happened?
RC went very wide, and Puff is right there.
Yeah, Puff Digital, 2/10 off the back of RC. His Ferrari is very, very close and very much within the dirty of RC. He's not going to be able to make a move there into the Casio Triangle, taking a little bit of a different line, trying to get the better exit in his Ferrari. Oh, he's off the track! Puff Digital is off the track. That is going to be his chances of a race win and even a podium. Absolutely dashed. It's going to be a Racing Point 1-3 right now with All Maverick splitting the pink sandwich, and it's Scavney and Adri in P4 and 5. Adri has gone past Scavney to make things even more interesting. Puff Digital is now in P6 with his 2 time penalties. Soy Loco has at least 1, so he should be safe to 7th place. So Puff Digital trying to make up. He's going to be 6th place at least here, I think.
Adriel Lockdock with a great double overtake on Puff and Scavney before going into the turn 1. Like I said, Adriel Lockdock is going to be up there at the end.
All Maverick is passed. What happened to RC? I don't know what just happened here. I was looking a little bit further down the field, but Alt Maverick has gone into the race lead. He's going to have to try and pull a gap of at least 3 seconds to the Racing Point of RC. That's going to be a very, very difficult task with Alt Maverick's 3-second time penalty. Jinnit has a 3-second time penalty. Adri's already on the back of this top 3. Scavney is, or Adri is pulling along Scavney with him. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. I don't know who that is for, but yeah, Scavney just outside of DRS of the top 4. And then Puff Digital 5/10 behind. He's already with Scavney.
Wow. It's a shame because he's gotten a couple penalties, made that mistake, and he's still clawing and fighting his way back to the front. But Packer, take a look at this top 4. All on top of each other here in a train. This is going to be very close, and Adriel Lockdock not getting points, but he can get up here and mix things up with those softs, and he's making a move.
Yeah, the Adri Lockdock in the Mercedes setting the fastest lap of the race, or at least he said on the mini-map for me. Jin is going to be letting him by. Jin knows that's not his fight to be taking. Scavney 1.7 off. He's not on the pace of the top 4, but Puff Digital just getting ever so slightly held behind P2 in the championship. Scavney just not being on the pace, as I mentioned, but Axon is 1.2 seconds off the back of Soy Loco. That's a very close battle, but Mr. Baboon and Night Monkey are also very close on track. Sam and Monkey Mafia are close as well. Our big at 4.3 off of those two with his early pit stop for wing damage. But yeah, Alt Maverick 5/10 in front of RC. Normally this would be a very good position this is a very good position for the championship leader with his championship rival, well, I guess rival in quotes, down in P5 is definitely should be taking home P4 with Jinnit's penalty. But Alt Maverick has that penalty. How far is he going to fall down the field with that 3 seconds? Jin is very close to the back of Adri, I believe, flashing 2/10 there, just for a little bit. Scavney starting to claw back a little bit of that time through the middle sector. Adri 5/10 off the back of RC. Maybe his softs are starting to go off. I know they're only 2, just going on 3 laps old here. but he's not making the gains on RC and Alt Maverick that he should be.
Yeah, and just keep in mind, last week, RC actually had no penalties, was one of 2 drivers last week with no penalties, so he's been good lately of staying disciplined, and right now he's looking in pretty good position to possibly win this race.
Yeah, most definitely. RC is right now in the net lead with Alt Maverick's penalty. Let's go to the leaders' gaps right now. So right now, Alt Maverick would fall down to 4th place with yeah, 4th place. 4th. Oh my gosh. No, actually it'd be 3rd place with Zenith's penalty, and then back up to 2nd because Adri will not be scoring any points here tonight. But now going back to the interval, so Alt Maverick only losing 1 position here as it stands. So they're really going to have to try and get a move on. Scavney is really going to have to try and get a move on to these top 4 if he wants to make any gains on his championship rival. Arbiga picks up a penalty in his Ferrari 19-lap-old hards. Those hards have been going for a mile and a half, so to speak. But yeah, Zenith right on the back of Adri. Adri not using the most of those softs that I think he should be. Axon is past Soy Loco. Axon is 7/10 within Puff. Puff has made another mistake. He's 3.1 off the back of Scavney.
Yeah, and like I said before, Axton, good to see him here, and he's making those softs work, making his way through the field, and I don't know if you noticed, but he put up about 6 or 7 laps in qualifying, so he's really making the most of this opportunity.
Yeah, Axon very, very close to the Casio Triangle. We're going to go back to the leaders, though. Zenith. Oh, who's in? Is that Puff? Puff is in.
Yeah.
Does he have front wing damage?
Maybe.
He has front wing damage. He has a right end plate, I believe. So he's going to be coming into the pit lane. He also has a 5-second penalty. That's going to be absolutely costly for the man in the Ferrari, hoping to make gains on his teammate in the championship. Sam M has left the session. He is in P12 currently with Monkey Mafia very close behind him. Monkey Mafia is going to have to be very cautious with the Red Bull. Oh, that's almost contact between the 2 Honda-powered cars. But yeah, Monkey Mafia should be able to get that move done. RC was within 2/10 there for just a little bit, coming through Degna 1 and Degna 2, but it's 4/10 between the top 4. RC 4/10 back. Adri 4.5 back. Zenith just about 5/10 back. Oh, Zenith's round!
Oh, no!
That's absolutely dreadful for the man in the Racing Point. Axon is going to have to avoid him. So Axon will be up to P5. Scavney up to P4. Scavney maybe trying to make gains on his championship rival of Alt Maverick in the points, but I don't know if that will be if he'll be capable of that. But Adri just about a second back. He doesn't have the pace of the top 2, which is very, very surprising to me with those seemingly fresh soft tires. Puff Digital picking up another penalty. He's on the soft tires. He's going to be trying to take away fastest lap from who I think holds it right now is Adri, but RC is still very, very close to Alt Maverick. Ooh, RC having a big slide there. Very lucky to hold that one going on to lap 24. These medium tires are 13 laps old, and they're getting to the very end of their life.
Man, RC was tracking towards the pit wall. He is lucky that he saved that. Just to answer a question, there has not been any safety cars so far.
That is very close between the Williams and the Racing Point down the pit straight. Both of them being Mercedes powered. Oh, Soy Loco's going to actually get that move done. Soy Loco with his hard tires starting to make a resurgence here. Zenith with his tires slightly being overheated and maybe even still having grass on them from his spin on the previous lap. Ooh, touching the inside curve there at Dunlop. That's not a smart idea for Zenith. But yeah, Soy Loco having his resurgence on the hard tires. I thought it would come, but I didn't think it was... yeah, I thought it was going to come, but I didn't think he'd be that aggressive with it.
Yeah, it looks like this top 3 really hasn't moved. It's been Maverick, RC, and Ajo Lockdock. Ajo Lockdock on those softs hasn't been able to get by them. Maybe he's just buying his time, but don't count out Scavney either. Scavney, no penalties, and he is closing pretty significantly right now.
Yellow flag in Sector 1. I don't think that is, or I think that is a glitch, but RC and Alt Maverick so very close out here on track. RC is up on his personal best through the middle sector. Alt Maverick looking to defend here into the Casio Triangle. RC hoping, or not, hoping to make a move here, but he doesn't have to for this race lead as long as he does not pick up a time penalty. Wolfsburg is out. Soy Loco's picked up a penalty. Jin has picked up a penalty. What is that for? Oh, Soy Loco's round. He's in the grass. Jin is also in the grass on the exit of the final corner there. But I don't know what happened between those two, but they both picked up 3-second time penalties. Night Monkey, I don't think is close enough to capitalize on those. And with Mr. Baboon is coming into the pit lane off of his hard tires. But yeah, starting to kick off here towards the end of this race. We are going to go on board with Hightower, who's off the track there, getting out of the way of the leaders, which is good on him. Where's Wolfsburg off?
He was off in Dunlop there, way off to the right, so I don't know what happened there, but obviously a big incident for him.
Yeah, it is too late for a safety car to be called here at the Japanese Grand Prix for Zenith Online Racing Tier 2. I don't have intervals for the top four, which is kind of sad. So we're going to have to ride on board with them. Ooh, that's Williams, I believe, the tie tower getting out of the way of the leaders. So good on him, trying not to affect this race, or the race for the lead here. Race for the win. Jinnet's 4/10 on the back, or off the back of Axon. Axon starting to struggle. Jinnet is really closing down. So Loco 1.9 back. He's not gonna have, I don't think he's gonna be close enough to use those hard tires anymore, with their advantage over what seems to be the mediums and the soft starting to fall off. Jinnet very close here into the Casio triangle. Not gonna be making a move on the Alfa Romeo of Axton. Now looking towards the front. I do have my intervals back finally. But yeah, RC 6.5 tenths off the race leader of Maverick. He's going to be getting that race win as it stands. With all Maverick's time penalties very, very wide there. Adri Lockdock 6.5 tenths back off of RC, and then it's going to be Scavney 1.3 back, and then Jin at 5.5 back. Oh, he's past Axton. Axton's on the outside there for turn 3. That's not the best line for him. He's getting very, very close here through the S curves. Now coming through turn 6. That dirty air is not going to be helping him. Now through Dunlap curve, just starting to fall. I still don't have intervals. This is not great. I'm gonna pause and unpause to see if that fixes it. That did not fix it, sadly.
Yep, I'm having the same issue too. So, but take a look at Scavney though. Like I said, Scavney almost looks like to be within DRS range, and all he needs is RC to get a penalty, and he could be going back to back.
Yeah, most definitely. But yeah, Alt Maverick with that very costly time penalty coming into the third sector for the penultimate time here at the Japanese Grand Prix. This race has absolutely flown by so far. Coming through the Casio triangle for what is the penultimate time. Alt Maverick derating as he has, not as he has been for most of the race. He's been on a very generous amount of ERS. Around halfway through this race, Sam M has left the session once again. But RC pulling out of the slipstream, trying to not overheat his engine, but Scavney 1.1 seconds back. I wonder if he's going to be able to pull any points back on Alt Maverick. He should be able to, as it stands right now. I believe, actually, we're going to pull up the leader gap right now. He's 2.7 out, 2.8 out, so he's really going to have to put on a charge in this final lap, or Alt Maverick is really going to have to put in an impressive lap if he wants to get that P3. Yeah, no one else really close out on track. Actually, Puff is right in the back of DP. Puff trying to make a comeback drive here with his 9 seconds of penalties. He's going to be pulling to the outside here at turn 1. He's all completely out of ERS. He's going around the outside of turn 1. DP is going to push him all the way to the outside. Puff all the way off the track. He's just going to be barely off in the grass there, all the way around the outside. Not going to be working for the Ferrari man. DP putting up an impressive defense. Maybe just a little bit over the line there, but Puff Digital's already close. He's already within 0.2 of a second. He's maybe going to be going for it. He does have a little bit more ERS. Looking to the outside here for Degna 1. Is he going to be going for it? He's trying to. He's not going to be able to get that move done. DP defending very, very well again as the race leaders come through 130R for the final time. Still looking on here with Puff. He's not going to get that move done into the hairpin. We are not going to go on with the race leader. It's going to be Alt Maverick coming out of the last corner in first place, crossing the line, but it's going to be RC to take his second win in a row, and Scavney is going to be Alt Maverick, so it will be Scavney P2 and Alt Maverick P3 to round out that podium, and then it's going to be Jin at P4, so Loco P5, and Night Monkey coming across the line now. Puff Digital does eventually get past DP on track. which I don't know how much that'll help him in the final points, with Mr. Baboon being very close. I wonder if Mr. Baboon will set the fastest lap. He is not up on his personal best, but it's going to be Night Monkey in P6 and Puff Digital with a very, very stressful race from his side of the Ferrari garage, but both Ferraris having very, very difficult races here in Japan. DP is going to be taking that 7th place. Puff is going to be taking the 8th place as it stands. Mr. Baboon in 9th. Monkey Mafia to round out the top 10. And that's going to be Known Asylum in the McLaren, the first driver outside of the points in P11. He is going to be taking a 5-second. Oh, our Big has a puncture. Yeah, Big is going to be beating Known Asylum to that P11, even with punctures. Sam, who struggled with connecting to the lobby today, is finishing P12. Known Asylum with a lot of penalties is going to be finishing in 13th. Barkskull, Lit Romney, and Hightower, who has already crossed the line because he was the only lap runner here tonight. But Barkskull and Lit Romney very close on track for P16 and what would be 14th and 15th.
Yeah, and with Ferrari really not having a good day, this is huge for Maverick and Haas and constructors. Maverick picking up P3, getting 15 points, and Puff, the only one from Ferrari getting points and not getting many. This is a legitimate battle at the top of the constructors, but Maverick finishing P3, once again, another great result, and with 4 races left, he's looking pretty good here to get this championship. As long as something crazy doesn't happen, I think this is his championship to lose.
Yeah, Scavney only closing in 3 points there. So the gap will be 42 points now going into the next race, which I think is going to be USA. Adri Lockdock picking up fastest lap of the race. I'm not too sure how that will work. I wonder if one of the full-time drivers will get it, or Adri will keep that fastest lap on a 29.3. But yes, the final order once again is going to be RC, Scavney, Alt Maverick, and then Jinnit, Soy Loco, Night Monkey, DP, Puff, Mr. Baboon, Monkey Mafia to close out the top 10. Then it's going to be Arbiga, Sam M, Known Asylum, Lit Romney, Barkskull, and then Hightower, who is 2 laps down, and then Wolfberg and Sebi Debbie are your 2 retirements.
So it's been a pretty good week for Racing Point, hasn't it, Packer?
Yes, definitely has.
It's been a very good week for Racing Point. You got Sergio Perez in Bahrain, you got Monday, and then today. I mean, and RC did start on pole, so this has been kind of a Racing Point sweep here this past week or so.
Yeah, I wonder if RC was in Sergio Perez's car. We will have to ask him that in the race interviews once they do eventually get in here. But yeah, Scavney and Alt Maverick, the championship battle, you do have that storyline still. But RC taking, I think, his 2nd win in a row. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So Scavney did get the win in Russia. But when it comes to podiums, though, yeah, RC's been on a roll, actually. He's been in here a lot, which we will get him in here with Scavney and Maverick. Maverick, obviously, in here a lot, and Scavney, too. I'm thinking, was this the podium from last week, actually? This might have been the exact same podium, actually. Maybe Jinnit was in here last week, but I know Scavney and RC were both in here last week, so...
I wouldn't know, because I wasn't here last week, but yes.
Yeah.
Podium Pass Series. Okay, we're not going to do that now. We are going to go to the showroom and show off the podium finishing cars on this Thursday evening. But yes, I'm going to invite the drivers right now.
I think they might...
Are they?
They should be, yeah.
Okay.
I think they should be.
Okay. I'm just going to...
I'll let them know.
Oh, well, RC is already here, so that's great.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome.
How are things?
Great.
Decent.
Yep.
Hey, Racing Point has been doing really well this week.
Sneaking back up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, since everyone is here, unless you guys have any comments about the race that you want to get off your chest right now, I believe we can start with interviews. RC, that was a very, very close and contested race there for the race win with Alt Maverick and Puff there for most of the race. But yeah, taking pole position and then converting that to a win. And Jinnit, I think, is P4. So a very, very good day for Racing Point. How are your thoughts about where you sit in the Drivers' Championship and about your bid for what is second and maybe even first in the Constructors?
Yeah, I think first is a bit too far away. I think Maverick has that tied up. Um, in in the constructors, yeah, and I think constructors too far. The Ferraris are leading by quite a bit. But it's certainly been a good week for Racing Point. Janet coming fourth after he bottled it for a podium. But that was intense. Maverick, um, for parts of the race, was right behind me. For parts of the race, he was right in front of me. There wasn't really any room for a mistake, and I made one and I let him pass. But I kind of knew that he had his penalties, and I could stay within the 3 seconds. So I was Adri was in the party with me, kind of saying, "Nah, just take your time. You don't need to make a move." And I'm thinking, "Yeah, but it's really really tempting." But yeah, it was a good result again. So I'm starting to get a bit of consistency in. I think that's maybe 3 podiums in a row, so maybe 4. So things are starting to happen. So starting to get a bit of consistency as well. No penalties again. So yeah, a good week for me. And I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest. So yeah, I'm well pleased.
Yeah, RC, a great week for you, and a great week for Racing Point too. We had the ZOR sweep on Monday and Thursday, and Sergio Perez in Bahrain too. Yeah, getting P1. How do you feel?
Yeah, great. That's my first win of the season. I can't even remember how long ago it was that I won in ZOR. But yeah, it's a long time coming. But really good.
Yeah, and then on to Scavney. Obviously, you still have, well, right now you're second place in the championship. A little bit of a gap to Big and Puff with them not scoring, but outscoring Alt Maverick only by 3 points. Do you think the Drivers' Championship is a little bit too far, or are you just looking behind and keeping that second place? Oh,
Gavney, is your mic muted?
Oh, my bad. It was muted.
Aha!
So, but
Happens to all of us.
still a long way to go. Not gonna say first is out of reach, but got some work to do. But just gotta work on getting consistent results and getting the best possible week in, week out.
Yeah, Scavney, there was a point around the pit cycle where things were really close. You and Soy Loco were able to catch up. There was somebody who hadn't pit yet, was on older tires, and you guys were all really close. Just take us through that because, like I said, things got really close there for a little bit.
Well, I was going in for the undercut on lap 9. Turns out everybody else came in as well, so that kind of raced that. Still managed to make up a second on Maverick, and then completely lost it all in that little battle. But I still think we would have ended up with a solid race either way.
Yeah, now on to Alt Maverick. Obviously, you have a pretty solid lead in the Drivers' Championship. I believe it is 42 points now with Scavney closing in just a little bit. With the drivers seeming to be locked up, how are you focusing on the constructors and for the rest of the season?
Um, Constructors? Ooh, I really haven't thought about that since probably the first couple rounds. Um, when I think it was when we were leading, and then obviously Big and Puff they started pulling away there. So I really haven't looked at the constructors in weeks now. But I'm still gonna try to do my best to at least finish as high as we can. I know Wolfsburg retired today, which is um, not the best of it. He picked up really good points last week in Russia. I think he finished P6 or P4. So that was really good for us. For the rest of the season, for me, I think is knowing what or how many points I need at the end of the race to win the championship, and figuring out where I need to finish and where Scavney needs to finish, and make sure I get that position. And if it's not a race win, then at least win, and it gives me the best shot. But I think Japan probably my worst track in this last quarter of the schedule. So I think from now it shouldn't be as bad as it was today.
Yeah, Maverick, great run from you, man. I've noticed the last couple of weeks you've been doing some Tier 1 stuff on Mondays. Do you think that's been able to help you in the Tier 2 races on Thursdays?
If the weather is similar, because I know in Russia, both the races were dry, so that really helped. But obviously, I did Japan on Monday, and it rained in the beginning, so the strategy was a bit different. But I think just turning those extra laps and getting a bit of practice and seeing what the recommended strategy, even though we all change it, just seeing what that's going to be and just planning ahead and not really having to do too much practice over the week because actually it was finals week for me. So I haven't really I did about 30 minutes of practice for this, and all this week I've just been doing schoolwork and getting catch up on things. So I think Monday really helped me get ready for this race, and um, maybe Mexico. I might do Tier 1, might not do USA. I feel pretty comfortable at that track, but we'll see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, so, how's everybody feeling about next week? It's a home track for a lot of people, but how's everyone feeling about that?
I did pretty well there on my Saturday league that me and Packer do as well, but we're in different divisions. I did pretty well there, and it was my first race with my replacement wheel and pedals, if you want to call it. Um, So I think I have the pace there, so it should be interesting, and I'm hoping it's exactly like it was today because this was awesome. Just kind of sucks that I picked up a penalty and kind of messed things up for me.
Yeah, for the Scavney and RC.
USA's not. It's not my best track out there, but we had some decent pace here last season, so it'll be interesting to see how it shapes out.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure how it's gonna go. It's been a while since I've raced there, so we'll just have to wait and see how we go.
Yeah. So schedule for the rest of the week. The only ZOR race we have is on Sunday for the EU League, which is at 3 Eastern, I believe, which is 2 my time. So, yeah, go check them out. I'm not sure how the championship is shaping out for them, but I think the last time I looked, it was pretty close. So yeah, go check the EU League out on Sunday. But yeah, any final comments before we head out?
Yeah, make sure to check out Zyg on Sundays. He usually does the EU stuff. And yeah, just a quick note. It looks like Miami is leading the EU standings. It's pretty close between he and J. Cole. So yeah, there's a pretty close battle there in EU. But yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, well then, it's been me, Ira Packer, and Camden Luca taking you through ZOR Tier 2 here on this Thursday evening. But yeah, it was a great race. Great to commentate on. Thanks for racing, guys, and see ya.